Okay guys, these are the final moments of a single girl. I never know where to look on this camera, but in the bridal suite. And everyone's been up here and we're getting ready to go down. I forgot my selfie stick, or I would do that, but it's been a journey. Hey readers, it's me, Quinlan again, and if you're new, you've stumbled on a playlist about my happily ever after, and the videos are related to me finding my own personal happily ever after. I'm a romance author, and I've been single my whole life. I'm currently 51 years old. I got engaged when I was 50, and last week I finally tied the knot. There you go, there it is. I'm wearing it on this hand because I know they wear it on the other hand in Europe, and then I have the engagement ring on this finger. So I just thought how nice it would be to have both hands decorated, if you will. It was the most perfect, amazing wedding. We had it down by a creek in nature, which was my, it's always been my dream to have it like that in nature, to be connected with the energy of that and just feel close to God. And we were married by our pastor. And you'll see, it just was, it was amazing. It was a small wedding. It was just, the energy was amazing. Everyone, the whole family got along and got to know each other, including, and then my friends also who were there. Just everyone was very special. It was a very small wedding, but a gathering of people who meant a lot to us. And I just love that at one point the photographer asked me, is there anyone who shouldn't be photographed together? You know, because as you guys know, there can be a lot of tension in families sometimes, or people who've had tiffs or rifts and they've never patched things up, and you know, then you get to wedding day and you have all this drama. But we didn't have any of that, and it was just wonderful. Like, everybody was so nice and they got along, and it couldn't have been more perfect and peaceful. And my number one goal on wedding day was just to enjoy the entire event. I've heard from so many people how it's, you know, rush, rush, rush and stress, and then it just passes in a poof. And it wasn't like that at all. Like, I spent my life trying to learn from other people's mistakes. And so that's why I gave myself a year to plan everything, to make sure everything was paid for before the big day, so we didn't have to worry about any stress. And in fact, we're pushing the honeymoon out a year, because there's no way in heck we would have been able to organize the wedding and the honeymoon and then all the expenses. So we pushed our honeymoon back to next year, which would be like our anniversary / honeymoon, so that we could do it right. But get to wedding day, everything's paid for in the perfect setting. I could relax and enjoy everything. And following that, the family a lot of them stayed around for several more days, and we got to spend time with everybody. And so it wasn't like everyone came and then they like vanished, you know. It was like, I didn't intend to have sort of like a week-long event, as you know, some people did back in the old days, but it just naturally happened that way. People stayed in town to like kind of sightsee, and we had my then fiance had rented like a Airbnb house that a lot of the families stayed in, so we had gatherings there at the house, and just, it was just wonderful. And on actual Labor Day Monday, one of the cousins threw like an impromptu congratulations / barbecue at the house, and that was an additional awesome event that happened. But I can't even tell you like how glad I am I waited for exactly the right partner with the right family, where everything is peaceful, and I had zero doubts or stress about who I was marrying going into it, because we'd been together for so long and worked out so many things in advance, including like getting on the same page with finances, which I gotta tell you, that wasn't easy, but we did, especially when working on like the wedding budget and paying for wedding stuff, super important to be on the same page, to frequently look at the budget, and to, you know, make sure nobody feels like they're paying more than their fair share, I guess you could say, or that things are getting out of control, that kind of thing. So I had everything well listed, and we had meetings, we looked at everything, and just, you know, kept track of everything being paid for and everything. Oh my God, so our pastor married us by the river. The whole time I was looking at my fiance, the river was in the background with the trees and everything. And then toward the end, when the pastor was pronouncing us man and wife, a hummingbird came. I didn't see it at the time, but my friends told me, and I think someone got it on video, but a hummingbird came and landed right on the middle of the arch and then took off again. And just, I'm someone who believes in signs, and I believe animals. I've gotten signs from animals many times, and so I always look it up. But look it up yourself, like, you know, symbology of the hummingbird. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying I'm glad that I didn't settle. I didn't go with the guy who was, you know, right on paper, but not right when it came to heart or alignment in many areas of life. And glad I waited in terms of that I'm mature now. I'm in a mature place where we could really get into this marriage on the right foot. And do I feel different from having been boyfriend, girlfriend with my fiance and my now husband? It feels a lot different. It's such a wonderful feeling to now be one, you know? Call me a romantic. I am. I'm a romance author. This is what we live for. Oh, a special bit of the music I picked for when I was walking down the aisle. It was very special to me, and no one else really knew. I kind of told the friends and family when we gave our thank you speech at the luncheon. We had a daytime wedding. It was the ceremony was at 10 a.m. and then we had a very peaceful luncheon. We had lawn games, that kind of stuff. But the piece of music when I was walking down the aisle is the bit of music from Pride and Prejudice. If you've seen the movie Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley, there's a point at which she's out for her morning walk after a bit of drama with Mr. Darcy's aunt, and he's walking towards her through the mist, you know, on the countryside, and she's watching him walk toward her. And it's just this bit of super emotional music that always makes me cry. And part of it is why it was so special is because Jane Austen is like one of the OGs of romance. Like, she was writing back in the day, you know, these books when, you know, she basically made the new genre all by herself. And when women weren't supposed to be writing or getting paid for this kind of stuff. But Pride and Prejudice is from one of the OG romance authors of the time. And the story Pride and Prejudice is a romance novel. And it's a great read. If you haven't seen the movie or read the book, I highly encourage you to. Definitely see the movie. There's many versions of the movie, but Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley, absolutely well done and amazing. And just that bit, if you watch the movie and all the sequences of things that have happened up to the point where she finally goes out and he's walking towards her in the mist, it will make you cry. So definitely a lot of tears at our wedding. And that piece of music was part of it. And also during our wedding dance, I had this piece of music that really meant a lot to me, and I've been saving it for a very, very, very long time. I don't think it's a typical first wedding dance song, but it was it's the song That's All. It's a very old song, but the version with Michael Bublé is incredible. I'll put a link to the YouTube video where he's singing it, but that will make you cry too if you're a romantic like me. And I've been saving it for a long time, and that was for our first wedding dance. So anyway, I hope that bit of information is inspiring or makes you cry or whatever, like obviously you're watching this video because you're interested. So love all you guys, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Okay, bye. Hi guys, I just want to let you know it is done. We wish you all love and blessings, and getting married is a wonderful thing.